The serene beauty of the New York Chinese Scholars Garden transports one back in time to ancient China. It's an authentic replica of Ming Dynasty-style Chinese gardens.
And the idea was proposed to build a replica of an actual Suzhou garden right here in New York City, but to do it outside as opposed to inside in a building.
The garden embodies several key elements found in every Chinese scholar's garden.
We have a banana leaf gate here. It basically is a form, looks like a banana, where you have a doorway. The Chinese gardens, the classical gardens, all had unusual doorways. You have a moon gate over there, which every Chinese scholar's garden would have. You have what they call leaky windows over there, which lets you see part of the other side of the garden and wants to let you see what's on the other side.
Another type is the framed viewing window.
A lot of photographers will use that as a frame for a picture. So there are a lot of traditional items that this garden has that every other garden has.
Water has a special symbolic meaning in a Chinese scholar's garden. It represents the essence of life. Hence, waterfalls and waterways in a garden symbolize the flow and rejuvenation of life. Likewise, rocks have a special meaning in traditional Chinese gardens. 4 types of rocks are used in a New York Chinese scholar's garden. These include granite for building rockeries, stalagmite for vertical accents, small goose egg-shaped pebbles on the walkways and the mosaics of the courtyard, and the Taihu sculpture rocks.
Originally in ancient China, they mined these rocks from Lake Tai outside of Suzhou. The lake itself is an acid lake probably, and the rocks are a limestone rock. And the water, as it moves around the rocks and through the rocks, ate holes in it. The Chinese appreciate them or revere these rocks as a natural sculpture.
The Lake Tai rocks symbolize wisdom and immortality.
These Taihu rocks are definitely found in almost every Ming garden.
Inside a tea house, there is another type of sculpture rock, Lingbi rocks, one shaped like a phoenix or a dragon, the other like a buffalo or a pig.
The Lingbi rocks are a very dense metallic rock. If you go over to it, very gently hit it with your fingernail, it'll actually ring like a bell. The Chinese used these rocks when they shaped them, and they made bells out of them.
The Chinese appreciate these rocks or viewing stones for their sheen, unusual shapes, and interesting veins or cavities. This deep appreciation for rocks originates from ancient spiritual beliefs and close harmony with nature. Rocks and mountains are believed to exude energy. They symbolize the dwelling places of ancient Taoist immortals the Chinese scholars aspire to emulate. The concept of having huge sculpture rocks in a scholar's garden first started during the Tang Dynasty from 618 to 907 AD. Apparently, Emperor Huizong from the Song Dynasty almost drained the imperial treasury looking for the rare Lake Tai rocks for his imperial garden. An avid painter, poet and calligrapher himself, the emperor was so keen that he instructed the entire residents of 2 towns to search the lake beds for these rocks. Rocks play an important role in Chinese poetry and landscape painting, a pastime of the Chinese scholars as they seek refuge in their garden. In a Ming-style garden, rocks, waterways and plant life thus provide a serene and idyllic setting for the Chinese scholar as he sits in his garden to do his calligraphy, painting or write his poetry. Margaret Try, New York.